Welcome back to Income Trading 101. Today is March the 29th, 2021. We're going to take a look at the Luna token, which is the governance token for Terra. So Luna, as in moon, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of volume down here. Let's see. Okay, so this token, at least on this platform, we're looking at the values on Binance. Show it goes back to August of 2020. We're just going to expand this on. So it was flat for quite a while, although there was growth in here. It just appears to be less growth because of the scale of this rise that it's had since February. So let's take a look, and we've seen this chart pattern in so many different tokens right now, where it had an amazing rise in the first few months of 2021 and then a pullback. And now the question is, will they rise higher, or is there going to be a deeper period of pullback? So I'm going to do what I always do with these and just start off with some moving averages. And that'll give us a chance to get a good sense of what's going on with the price, both in the history and in the present day. And hopefully it'll give us an idea of what might be going on in the future. So I've already assigned my 10-day to green, my 20 to red, and I'm going to turn this yellow one into a 60-day right now. So no surprises here, given that it's had this huge rally since February 1st, so about 7 weeks, almost 8 weeks of rally, really 7 weeks of rally, and then a pullback. This market is still, at least on a daily chart, in a bullish format. Let's take a look at the 1 hour, just to go shorter time frame and see. And at the 1 hour, it's going to highlight these last few days of the pullback, right? Actually, let's expand it out. We'll go 4 hours just so we get more. You can see this full pullback here that started back on March the 21st and came on down, and then it's really been sort of climbing back. These are 4-hour bars, which means that our moving averages are all tied to that. So a 10 period would actually be a 40-hour bar, so like a day and a half of average. So what's happening at the 4 hour or on the 4 hour chart is that you have a little bit of congestion because the 10 period is between the 20 and the 60. So let's go ahead and kick it back out to a shorter time frame, that hourly. So here, congestion as well, because the 10 period has climbed higher than the 60, but the 20 has not yet. But that could be an indication that a more bullish pattern is happening, and I'm sure we'll see it here. So on the 30-minute, all three are actually in line, even though there isn't much difference, much space between the 20 and the 60 period. They are all at least in line together right now. If I pull this chart a little bit lower, you'll be able to see, pull it over some, you can see the actual values of each of those moving averages up in the upper left-hand corner. So you've got the 10 at 18.87, the 20 at 18.63, and the 60 at 18.56. So they all are in line at the 30-minute, and I'm sure you'll have a bullish signal at the 15-minute chart. So the 15-minute, sure enough, they all are in line, although the 10 looks like it could be trailing off or flattening. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen here in the next few bars. And sometimes a lot of times I've learned to just be patient rather than force a chart to look the way I want or force a trade because I think the next bar is going to be higher or lower. Nowadays, after years and, well, really decades of experience, I'm more prone to just say, why don't you wait on that bar that's going to make it clear. And I don't know if you guys just caught that, but this bar actually just shrunk, got a little lower. So I'm going to do something I normally don't do on these, and we're going to take it down to the 5 minute and just see what's going on. So at the 5 minute, you can tell that prices have flattened off, right? Prices are much flatter, and even though the 10 period is still higher than the 20, they're really tight right now, which lets me know that at the lower levels, we could take this down to the 1 minute. I'm sure the 1 minute will actually start to look a little bearish. It's really tight, but you can see that at the 1 minute, all three moving averages are actually in line, and I'm looking at the numbers here. I can expand it out. All three moving averages are actually in line for a bearish signal. All right, let's expand this on out for the 1 minute. That'll let you see it a little more for those of you who aren't quite seeing the numerical values in the upper left-hand corner. But here, with this expanded out, you can see that this is actually fully bearish now with the 60 above the 20 and above the 10. So you can always take these charts, especially if you're using TradingView like I do. If you don't use TradingView, there's a link in the description that you can click on, and it'll let you get signed up for TradingView under my link. But what's most important is just the reality, or just the realization rather, that if you can manipulate time, if you can look at these charts on different time frame or in different time frames, it'll either validate what you think you see in the chart, or it will show you something that might not be visible, or that might be hidden because of the time frame that you're looking at. And that's why it's so tough sometimes to use technical analysis purely on using daily charts, because you miss all of this interplay. You might have a scenario where, this governance token for the last hour, nearly not really an hour, the last 30 minutes for sure, has had more pressure moving down. So it's important to be able to get a sense of that, and that either matters for you or it doesn't. Probably just depends on your time frame. So let's go ahead and kick this back out. Don't worry, I can tighten this view back up, get us back to something that looks a little more usable. Here we go. And we're going to go ahead and get rid of the moving averages and move over to taking a look at this using the MACD. So let's do that right now. All right. So of course on the daily, the MACD is still strong, coming off of that upward trend, that strong up move. So it doesn't surprise me that we have this crossover, but also that the crossover has not gone negative yet. So, which, on the daily, this still looks very, very bullish. And then I believe it looked a little bit more bullish on a couple of the lower time frames with the moving average. So when I drop this down, man, this is going to be a little more difficult to see. There we go. So that's the 1 hour. We did have a cross below the 0 line, and we have since in the 1 hour come on back down here, because we've crossed over just a few hours ago, earlier this morning, and now both the MACD line and the signal line are crossing into positive territory. That to me is a bullish sign as well. Let's go ahead and look at the 30-minute. The 30-minute also, from a MACD perspective, is looking like there's bullish momentum. It had a crossover yesterday afternoon, and has crossed above the 0 line into the what I would call positive territory. So this is also a bullish indicator. Let's take a look at that 15-minute. So the 15-minute crossed over a while ago and appears to be kind of hovering in this area. I doubt it's going to pull all the way on back into negative territory, but the MACD, but it's possible. But I like the fact that both the 30-minute and the 1 hour were very much bullish, show bullish momentum in this indicator. Obviously, the 1 day showed bullish, but I really didn't. I discount that heavily because of the value of this pullback recently. So let's kick this to the 1 day one more time and see if there's anything else that we should take a look at. I'm gonna shrink that on back. I mean, we really don't have enough price data to start saying things like, oh, this current price, like I could draw a line here and say, oh, this price is actually, this is actually an important indicator of support or resistance. We just don't have enough data right now. So I'm not going to do that. We can go ahead and look at the value, the amount of this pullback. Maybe it will give us an indication of whether this pullback is simply a retracement, a full retracement, or just sort of another leg. So we did get beyond the 23.6% level. We didn't quite hit 38.2% on this pullback before coming on back up. That leads me to believe that this could have actually been a retracement or just taking a breather, or it very well could just be another sort of momentary pullback, like a breather, before this token goes ahead and just pushes significantly above where it is now. We're only $4 off, $3 to $4 off the high for this token, and we see a few bars. There are a few bars where in 1 day that amount of price was traded up or down. So there's a lot that could come here. It is starting to look like it's bullish. We'll see if this bullishness holds, and maybe it'd be worth a buy to push this token on back higher. People always expect a stock to go parabolic, or not stock, just any asset to go parabolic, go in one direction, and that's just not always. It happens, but it's less often than people realize. There typically is some up movement and then a little bit of a pullback, a little bit of a retracement as people are taking some profits. Like, imagine if you were in this token, back on January 1st, when it had a high of 68 cents, and you all of a sudden get a chance to lock in $22 of profit. That's amazing for a 2-month run, right? I know it's normal in cryptocurrency, but it's not normal just about anywhere else. It's a huge percentage gain that could have been locked in. And I personally, if I had owned it at 68 cents, probably would have taken some profit, and I'd be looking to probably re-enter. So this might be a good re-entry point, depending on what you think about this platform. So, hey, thanks for watching this video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you do think about Terra and this Luna governance token. And also, if you have not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. And thank you guys so much for watching. Happy trading.